Say hey.
We are live, Malcolm.
What is happening, folks? It's time for Millers with Malcolm. Did we do last month, Tyler?
We did. It just was like towards the end of April.
It was weird, yeah. So it feels like it's been 60 days. I don't know if it has or not.
May's just such a crazy time for you that that's kind of when we had to fit it in, you know?
That's right. We've had Memphis in May. We've what else have we done since then? Shell, Father's Day. We've got Wiener Fest coming up this weekend.
Heck yeah.
It's been exciting.
I'm going to do some shout outs real quick.
Go for it.
We got Mike Craze. What's going on, man? Derek Moses. Eric Benjamin Riley.
Cheers.
Good evening. What's up? Whatever you guys are drinking tonight, if it's Miller Lite, if it's Jack and Coke, whatever suits your fancy. Cheers to you tonight, guys. What's up from Chicago, Terry A. Patrick? Tanya Michael. Ezekiel. Hopefully I pronounced that right. What's up, guys? We hope you guys are all having a great night. We're going to be kicking off the Thursday Night Lights with Malcolm Reed, unofficially sponsored by Miller Lite.
Not because they pay us, because it tastes great.
It's kind of like the thing we always say on the podcast every time we talk about country pleasing.
Yeah,
it's like
you find one you like, you stick with it. Good things will happen. Hopefully,
we just hope they love us back.
If anybody knows anybody, where's Miller Lite? Wisconsin, probably. Where do they?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, right? Yeah, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I guess.
Donnie said, "What about a shout out to me?"
What's up, Donnie?
Donnie, man,
Big D.
Daniel said he's got his very first competition coming up this Saturday. He's going to use Killer Hawk's product.
Heck yeah, go get them.
What's your number one piece of advice for very first competition?
Don't drink too many Miller Lights for one. That's the hard thing about competition barbecue. Keeping your head in the game. No, I mean, if you by now you've probably practiced enough. You've got everything down. Don't let anything throw you off. Don't get distracted. It's easy to do at a contest because you got all the guys out there and everybody's chatting. It's easy to walk off and get distracted. Just keep you a timeline and stick to it. That's the best thing you can do. And if it's your first contest, it's a success if you make them all the turn-ins on time. anything other than that's just gravy. So,
man, so I
remember my first one. Man, it was fun.
I
don't know if we turned them all in or not. It was fun though.
That was Springfest, right?
Yeah,
that's the one.
Definitely was. No, we did. Yeah, we got. We didn't win any trophies the very first one, but man, we had a party for 3 days.
You know how many competitions it took you to win a trophy?
Let's see, probably 3.
3.
And that first one was red beans and rice. And you would have thought we had back then you could drive your truck to the awards at the Fun Fest. So we drove it, like everybody piled up back of somebody's truck because the awards were across the park. And once we got that trophy, everybody was piled back in the truck on the tailgate, and we drove laps around the whole barbecue thing in the truck with our red beans and rice trophy, like we'd won the whole contest.
That's crazy.
And we were hooked. I've been hooked ever since. Wasn't even my red beans and rice recipes. It was Theron's.
Michael wants to know what can he make this weekend on his WSM.
Go with some barbecue bologna. That sounds good to me.
That's easy.
Heck
good.
Yeah, it's easy and good.
Y'all have been doing kind of a bologna burn ins. How do you do those?
Barbecue bologna bites?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I took them and I took the bologna chub, peel all the red, the red wrapper, red rind, whatever off of it, cut it in disc about an inch and a half thick, and then take those discs and cut that disc into strips and then cross cut it into cubes. And then last time we did them, we put them all in a pan, put a little mustard on them, got them all kind of coated with the mustard binder, and we shook the rub all over them, and then we put them on skewers to where they were easily to flip on the grill, and then we put them on the smoker and just cooked them, and we'd rotate them every 30 minutes so they're cooking even on all sides. And then when they got done, we dunked them in sauce and then put them back on, but we put them over on the hot spot or on the stick burner. It was up on the microwave shelf where the heat's really rolling in there. And it just caramelizes instantly, makes them swell up a little bit, and those bologna bites are hitting.
They get crusty and caramelized.
Yeah, they were awesome.
That's probably the best way to eat bologna, in my opinion.
Man,
yeah,
you can't beat it. Serve it with some pickles and some cheese and some crackers. You got you something there.
What's up, Tyler? I see there was a Tyler in there.
That is a stack. So, Shell, I see we got the Palmer Home ticker going. What's happening with the Palmer Home? You're in the know.
We are trying to raise $20,000 this year for the Palmer Home. That is what it costs for them to feed one of their on-campus families, which is about 8 kids in a household. So
with the foster mom and dad.
Yeah, with the foster mom and dad, and we are helping them raise that. So if you see on the bottom of the screen, we're about halfway to our goal, and we have until Labor Day.
Yep. Do we have until Labor Day? We don't cut it off at Labor Day, are we?
Mm-hmm.
We got to make a push.
If y'all want to come hang out with Malcolm, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell them about the contest, too.
So our top 5 fundraisers will get 2 tickets to a VIP class we are hosting in the 1st of November.
That's right. So what we're doing with that is if you go to How to Barbecue Right and you click on the Palmer Home link, or what is it? www.howtobbarbecueright /
Palmer.
Palmer.
Palmer. It'll give you all the information.
Yeah, you can sign up and you kind of host your own little fundraising event. You can contribute, but you can also encourage your friends to contribute, help out the Palmer Home, and whoever raises the most money, we've got kind of a little leaderboard going with it, and it's helping the kids, so we appreciate it.
Heck yeah. And if anybody donates, that number will go up during the live stream. So we appreciate all of you guys.
Hey, did you get that rigged up, Tyler?
Got it rigged up,
man. Heck yeah.
Brandon wants to know about the charcoal pellets. What's in the know? What do you know about when they're coming out?
So I was actually contacted yesterday, and they're going to ship us some so we can have them here in the shop. I got a pallet of them coming. I got to cook. I've gotten to cook on them twice. They've been, so Craig, the barbecue ninja, is kind of my contact liaison with Royal Oak, and he's in their marketing department there. And he hit me up the first time. He's like, "Look, we're working on these 100% charcoal pellets. We want you to try them out and see what you think." So this has been it's been a year ago, Shell. They sent some. They were like just in a plain white bag. It's a prototype pellet. Don't talk too much about it. We want you to cook on them. Tell us what you think. So I used them. I put them in my Traeger, put them in Memphis Grill. I even put them in my Yoder, and they work. They work great. They're super. They're way more dense than say a compressed wood pellet. I don't know how they're making them. Like if charcoal is just that hard or whatever, but it's a super hard pellet. So they don't absorb water to absorb any moisture because it's charcoal, and they put off great heat. I mean, I wouldn't say that. I didn't notice any on my grills. I hadn't noticed a whole lot of different temperature fluctuations with them, but they do give you that charcoal flavor. So they put off some smoke. So far it's been a great product. I've had the chance to cook on them. Like I had one bag for testing, and then when we did some filming with them, they brought another bag, and we just put it in my Traeger grill, and I ran it all out. So and everything I've cooked on it's they've been fine.
When will they hit the market?
Hopefully just within a few weeks, because Craig said he's getting them shipped out this week. So if we get them next week, that'd be great.
Yeah, from what I spoke with to their marketing department, I think
they're shipping now all over. They're starting. They're not going to be in big box stores. Yeah. They're concentrating more on rolling them out to your smaller barbecue stores, or Ace Hardwares may have them. I don't know how they're working, but usually, I think the reason why with the big box stores is those guys won't take new products mid-season.
Yeah,
they've had everything ordered. That you see in say Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, places like that was probably ordered before the beginning of the year.
Yeah, so
they're not just putting something new on the shelf. So they'll probably see how they do with the regular market first, and then get them in the hands of some people, and it's going to be interesting. I think it's a new product for sure. I look for Royal Oak to come out with some wood flavors after that. I think they wanted to since charcoal's their thing, they wanted to do the charcoal first, and there's not a lot of competition in the charcoal pellet market. I've seen I think Lumberjack used to have some. I want to say Barbecue's Delight played with some back in the day, but I hadn't seen any in a long time. But these were pretty impressive to me.
James wants to know, how do you break in a new smoker?
Well, what I like to do is build a fire in it first. Bring it up to 300, 350 degrees, run it for about a half hour, and then crank it up wide open, let it go, let it get up, burn off any impurities in it. Because a lot of times if it's a smoker you've bought, they may, still have some machine oil or a light coating of oil that a lot of them are shipped with to keep them from rusting. You want to burn all that off. When you get ready to take it back down and stabilize it out to cooking temps, you just want to close the vents back, draw it back. And I like to give everything like a light coating with the cooking oil, whether it be cooking spray, vegetable oil, whatever you want, duck fat. Just kind of wipe everything down and let it season up a little bit. And then I usually go to cooking on it, something that's, fairly easy. Chicken, barbecue bologna, even, I've even done a pork butt to start out with, but that's the best way. Just get some time on it, get some flavor on it, let some of that smoke get built up. You want to season that pit. That's what it's all about.
Kind of similar to like a cast iron skillet.
Yeah, just cooking on it, getting it. When I'm doing cast iron, man, the best thing cooking them is burgers. You just make you some old fatty burgers in it, let that grease get going, and when you get through, pour it out, and then kind of wipe it around, run a little water in it, wipe it around, and stick it back in the oven and let it. Man, that season the cast iron better than anything. Also sausage balls. That'll season some cast iron.
All that greasy sausage.
All that greasy sausage.
History Seeker says, keep up the great work. They have a Traeger at home and they're not getting enough smoke flavor. Had to rely on smoke tubes. What is the best pellet smoker to get the most smoke flavor? And I'm going to twist that question and say, what could he do on a Traeger to get the smoke flavor?
So start out lower temps. Those Traegers, I like to run them especially if I'm smoking something that I want some smoke in, like ribs, pork butt, brisket. I'll start those temps off low. We're talking 195, 200. I'm getting and that's where you're getting your smoke from. It's causing it to work more. It's dropping pellets. It build up some heat, but then it stops for a minute and lets it burn. So you get a little bit more swing on the smoke, on the pellet drop ratio, and it produces more smoke at those lower temps. I'll let it stay in those. So if I'm cooking a pork butt, man, it may be 8 hours in the smoke like that, or it's 6 at least, really to get some color and some smoke on it. Then when I get ready to wrap, when I get the outside looking like I want to and get the bark right, that's when I crank my temps up, and then I'll make up for it. I'll move it up to 250, 275, and it kind of evens out that cook over a long haul, but it lets you get that smoke at those lower temps. Now, if you start out smoking at 250, you're not going to get a lot of smoke on a pellet grill. So those lower temps are your friend if you're trying to get some smoke flavor in them. I've used the smoke tubes and stuff, and honestly, I haven't had a whole lot of luck with them producing more smoke flavor. Where they do work great is if you're cold smoking stuff, like smoking cheese or salmon, something or jerky, something where you're not really wanting to heat, you're just wanting some smoke. Those smoke tubes do great there.
Brandon Bell says to put the meat on cold, more stick will
smoke.
Stick.
I've heard that. I've never tested that. That might be something good.
That'd be a good out the smoke.
Out to smoke it.
Yeah. This one's great. Shelby wants to know, what is the most gold tops you've had in one day?
Ooh. The most that I've had one day. Well, I don't know if it's the most I had in one day, but I was in college when I was at Ole Miss one day, and my roommate, Griff, was probably my best friend. We were roommates in college, and he had a poli-sci lab or something that night. He said, I'm going to go to this lab. We went and bought 2 30-packs. And I said, all right, man, while you're gone to that lab, I'm going to drink my 30-pack. He said, there's no way. So it was a challenge. So when he came back, and it was probably, I don't know, it may have been an hour and a half, 2-hour lab. I had 30 Miller Lights on our little we weren't even supposed to have beer in the dorms. And I had bought after I drank those 30 Miller Lights and had them all pyramided up on the table. Infomercials were big back then, and they had 101 country classics. It was like this 10 CD set. I had ordered those on a Discover card that they gave me down at the student union with a free T-shirt. Probably cost me, I don't know, $1,000 because I know how to plate these and everything. Yeah. But at the time, they'll give anybody a credit card. So I ordered that 101 Country Classics, and I told Griff when that came in, because it was like one of those pay now, 6 to 8 weeks later, you'll get it, Time Life deals that it would come in, that I was going to drink another 30-pack. And we were going to listen to all 101 Country Classics. And we did. So there's been 2 times I know I've drank 30.
What a great time to be alive, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Douglas?
101 Country Classics. Y'all look that up. That's a great, I think it's still at my dad's house.
Oh, we've watched the infomercial before. Sang them all. Douglas says, help. He follows your Traeger brisket steps to a T and it still comes out dry. What is he missing?
Ooh. Where's he getting his brisket? If it's just old choice brisket from the grocery store, it's a good chance. I don't know. So with me, dry brisket, I like to do that overnight when on a pellet grill. So I keep that temp low, get my color right. Then I wrap it up after it gets the color and then take it to about 200 degrees, 202 is perfect. Stick it in a cooler and just let it hang out. It shouldn't be dry at that point. So either, something's going wrong somewhere. It could be there's a lot of variables when cooking brisket that it could be. I like to leave a 1/4 inch of fat on the bottom of it, and cook that fat down on that pellet grill, and it shouldn't. I mean, you can inject it to try to get you some more moisture in it if you want, but I mean, I would say change where you're getting your brisket. Maybe look for a certified Angus beef one, or order a Creekstone. Try that. Sam's has got some pretty good prime ones I've seen. I mean, right now, brisket prices are crazy, so it's not a good time to be practicing brisket. But hopefully they're going down.
Travis wants to know, what are the top 10 things you bring to a barbecue competition, other than your obvious
Thermopin, my white gloves, my black gloves, a brisket slicing knife, a rib slicing knife, disposable cutting boards, aluminum pans, aluminum foil. Can I injection, sauces, rubs, all that be one thing?
Yeah.
Trying to think one other thing. Probably my thermometers.
Cold
my dots, or my
You said
shuffle.
thermopans.
Yeah, well, that was my thermal instant read.
Yeah.
But if you got those, and a Cambro.
There you go.
Yep, and a cooler.
That's a
with the
good
meat in
solid
it.
10.
Gold tops.
Gold top Miller Lights.
That kind of goes along with that same question from the podcast this week. It was something about your barbecue checklist, which you have one, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's in my head now, though. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, it'd be framed somewhere.
Jake says,
All those things are very important.
yeah. I mean,
if you
I feel
don't
like,
have those, man.
I feel like you listed the most
Injector.
important.
Don't forget your injector and a backup injector. Because one injector is probably going to crap out.
Kendall has a thing that if he doesn't borrow
Fat
something
separator.
from somebody else,
Yeah,
he's gonna
come up with something to
lose.
borrow every contest.
Yeah, that's his good luck charm, is to borrow something from someone else.
I'm trying to think what else. I say fat separator.
Jake Ashbury says stick burner, drum, pellet grill. You're gonna comp one, keep one at home, and sell one.
Stick burner,
Drum,
pellet grill. Oh, this is a fun game to play here. I want to keep one. I'm keeping the drum. What's the other one? Sell one?
Sell one, comp one, keep one.
What's
at home.
for competition?
Yeah.
Dang, that's tough. All right, I'm taking the drum to competition.
Wow.
I'm keeping the pellet grill at home, and I'm selling the stick burner because I can buy me some more grills and some meat. I can buy another drum.
That's crazy. That's not what I expected.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
just with all the
Well,
outlaws we have.
Shell can cook on the pellet grill, so I don't have to cook all the time. Michael can cook on it. The drum's going to win me some money, and the stick burner, people will pay good money for those things. So you shouldn't have trouble selling it,
That's crazy.
I'm just thinking financially, what's the smarter decision there? What kind of stick burner? Don't matter. It's not an Oklahoma Joe, I'm assuming it's like Outlaw or Jambo or something like that.
Jay said, should he trust the temp reading on his 22-inch Weber kettle?
No. I mean, it's a good range. I don't think that's the most, it's no True Tail dial in there or anything. I've never took one out and tried to check the accuracy of it. But you got to think on those that the probe on them don't come. It's only, what is that, about 1.5 inch probe probably? It's not very long. It's reading all the heat in the top of that Weber. Really, where you should be concerned with is grate level temp. The only time I really use that temperature is when I'm cooking steaks, because I know if I get it up to say 550, 600, that my grill grates are ready to sear. But the actual temp of them's probably not going to match what that dial is. So I suggest, either getting you a ThermoWorks dot with one of the little clip probes, or getting you some kind of wired probe thermometer that you can kind of keep right there at grate level attached to the grate. That way you know kind of what you're cooking at right there. It really only comes into play if you're trying to set it up for 2-zone cooking, where you're, if you're searing, you just want to make sure it's hot, then you can trust it all day long. If when it's up over 500, it's ready to roll.
So Gene Stewart, he says, Malcom, if you ever injected rotisserie chicken with beer, lemon, and garlic all together, it's awesome. Or so, what is your best chicken injection?
No, but my favorite chicken injections is Butcher's Honey. Is it Butcher's Honey bird brine, or what's it called?
Just Butcher's
Honey chicken injection.
Yeah.
But me and you just had a conversation about this earlier in the car. So Mark, our buddy Mark from Swine Life, had took the Malcom bombs that you coined the Malcom bomb, where it's the Miller Lite with the, the hot sauce on the lid and the lime squeeze and seasoning. And I said, why can't we do a Miller Lite brine chicken? Because Mark brine wings in that. So I think why couldn't you incorporate beer into your brine? I've never done it, and it's probably fixing to happen on TikTok at least. I'm thinking about a 6-pack chicken where, we put the birds in there, cover them up with beer. You can put whatever else you want in there, but beer's going to be your liquid. Got to have the salt, got to have a little sugar in it, but you can put spices too. Let that be the medium and see if we can get some beer in that bird before we set it on a beer can on the grill. I like the injection thing's a good idea. I've never tried it. If you've tried it, shout out and let us know if you pick up some of that beer flavor. I could see now y'all know I love the Miller Lite, but if you could use like a Blue Moon or something that goes really great with some citrus notes or something like that, like one of those wheat beers, I could see that being very, very tasteful.
I was about to say the first beer chicken I did was with a Blue Moon, and it was amazing. Like we zested orange on top of it after the fact, and it was delicious. Do you need one, Shell?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I'm about to grab one anyway.
So what else did you do? Oh, never mind.
Oh,
was it good? I guess.
Donnie wants to know, they're doing a SCA event in mid-July in Oklahoma. Any advice? I'm assuming it's their first one.
Their cooking one, man. Make sure you take a tent and something to keep cool with. It's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
But that's SCA. What I like about SCA is all you need is a grill, some ingredients, tent, cooler full of beer, chair to kick back in. And they're giving you the steak. So, if you're gonna cook SCA, make sure you got a good thermometer because it's all about nailing that temperature and getting that steak right. Flavor is subjective. You got to use something good. There's a ton of great stuff out there to use for steaks. We've had really good luck with that AP hot rub ground steak combo with some brown butter to baste over it. But it's really all about getting your grill set up. I usually start my fire for SCA cook about an hour and a half before the window opens to turn them in. That way I've got 15, 20 minutes for the coals to get hot, dump them in the grill. Gives me a good 45 minutes, to an hour before I'm going to start cooking. Then I cook my first steak. A lot of times I just cook the best one, and I try to get it turned in I don't wait till the end of the pack. I don't try to like to be the first steak. I like to be about midways in. And, I hear now that guys are taking those temps up a lot further than I was when I was doing really well. They're taking them up some, one neighborhood of 135, 138. We used to take them off about 128, 130. So it seems like, maybe a little something that a little more done for the medium scale to me. I don't know. I hadn't done that in a while. Where have you been taking? You've cooked since I have, Shell. Where do you take yours off at?
I lean more towards a medium rare. I think people really like medium rare.
And you just take your chances with it when you're doing it, even though they say medium. I mean, you got to think those guys, those judges are tasting so many steaks. It's got to be tough. I wouldn't want that job, but don't overcook it. That's for sure. I'd rather be under than over.
So James says that his wife wants to know why he wants a Rectech when everybody he knows uses a Traeger. You, Heath, Pittman. Should he get a Traeger?
I mean,
personal opinion.
Yeah. If you're going to get a Traeger, go with at least the Ironwood series. You'll be fine. I've never really cooked on the lower model Traegers. Rectechs, I've seen them. I hear good things about them. I hear they're a pretty good company. If I'm staying under $1,000, you'll hear me say it every time. I'm going Grilla. I've cooked on those, and I know what they cook like. They're great grills. So under $1,000, I go Grilla. Over $1,000, I go Traeger, at least Ironwood. But Timberline's my favorite model out of all of them.
In the Let's Get to Cooking community, I saw somebody uploaded something on a Grilla, and I've never seen a vertical Grilla before. Do you know what model that is? Is it the which one is that? The OG? It's the one that looks like R2D2 a little bit. It's kind of circular, it's kind of round. It spins. That's the very first Grilla that came out.
Oh, Grilla. Oh, yeah.
So the Silverback's the model Mark and them cook on. I think it's the OG, and then the Chimp's the small one. So
all I could think about was R2D2. So
yeah, it's kind of cool. That grill. when it first came out, it was above and beyond, but it was expensive. Like it was. I think it was like $1,600. The price has changed on them since they went direct and all that. And I don't think they've changed the grill, but the control on it was awesome. You're only limited to that round rack, what you can cook on it. So I think you get a little more. You get a little more square footage, and if you say the Silverback, that's the model I would buy, the Silverback.
A lot of people are saying that the temps going in for SEA steaks is hitting 135 to 140.
Yeah, that's the
the
inside
trend,
knowledge
yeah.
I've got here lately from people in the know. Believe me.
That's crazy to me because like you turn it in usually. I mean, I don't know if it's just to go boxes like Memphis and May, or if you ever put it in like a silver tin container. But
they're always it's just a white styrofoam box, takeout box.
I just had an idea.
What's that?
We got to make Tyler enter a SEA contest.
Yeah.
Whoa.
TikTok steak cooking Tyler.
Never even cooked on a.
Have you ever cooked a steak, Tyler?
No, I've definitely cooked a steak. Never cooked on like a grill grate or anything.
Oh, nothing to it, man. Change your life.
Brian made it look easy when he was sitting there doing it. He was so
easy.
critical of himself, and I was like, "Bro, this looks great," and it tasted great, and now the rest is
There's
history.
nothing to it, man. Michael can show you how to do it.
Yeah.
I'd put him up against just about
Yeah.
anybody.
No, he did great. I mean, I've watched him do everything, and he does everything better than I do. So I do learn stuff from Michael. Absolutely.
What's the worst thing you've ever cooked?
Probably some kind of salmon. But it wasn't my fault. It was the salmon's fault, a lot of it.
What's the time when it was your fault? Do you have any like?
I totally
I
screwed
screwed
up.
something up.
I screwed that up.
Probably the lobster.
Yeah.
You told us about last time.
Yeah. When we caught those live ones and we threw them in the creek.
Yeah.
We tried to smoke them lobsters we got from Kroger out of the lobster tank. They give it to you like a Happy Meal box.
That's my favorite.
I remember you
You
cooked.
just grab them off in there and crawl around.
That's my party story now. Every time.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Turned out green and mushy.
If you had to quit the barbecue business, what would you do?
Oh, man, what would I do? I would probably do professional fisherman. Is that fair? Can I say that?
Sure.
Like Deadliest Catch?
Yeah.
Like that?
Heck no.
No, give me I'd convert my barbecue trailer to a pronto pup trailer and hit the circuit.
Show them how it's done.
Dogs, yeah.
Make a kill.
Selling corn dogs, but they wouldn't just be regular. I'd fancy them up some kind of way, different toppings and everything you could put on them.
That's a great idea.
Corn dogs, yeah.
Why are we not funding this?
Selling corn dogs. I'd be the corn dog man.
I've seen actually.
How to corn dog right.
I've seen
You can
like
take this how to barbecue or how to
Right.
right
yeah.
anywhere you want to.
I've seen a ton of
How
questions
to
about like
llama farm right. You've always wanted some llamas. We could go into the llama farming business.
I've seen a lot of questions recently on various social medias about elk meat in general. So like, what is your go-to elk recipe?
Oh man, my favorite way to cook it is rack of, and I just like to season it just like I would a prime rib or a whole beef tenderloin. You know, kind of some salt, pepper, garlic, herbs on the outside of it. Get it seared, move it off the heat, and bring it up to where it's just 120, 122 inside, and then cut it into chops. And it, man, elk, I'm telling you, elk's the best venison there is. I've had elk steaks, elk chops. I've ground elk, elk shoulder. It is phenomenal. It is phenomenal.
I know those elk medallions looked really good. You did,
Yeah, with the mossy oak stuff, those were excellent.
I was surprised at how good bison was when I tried that at.
Oh yeah, Memphis and May.
Yeah.
The bison's really good. Yeah, it's a lot leaner. You know, it's got a.
I could
guess
tell it
has
dries.
More, yeah,
a little bit.
it has a little different taste. It has a different taste than beef, but it's very similar.
Joey says they're having issues tenderizing their steak. What would you suggest?
Yeah, Wicked Pig.
That's the thing everybody's
Yeah,
using. Yeah.
I'd go. What it was about 3.5, 4 minutes on one side, 3.5, 4 minutes on the other side in the marinade, and don't go 10 full minutes or 15 minutes.
So Wicked Pig is a marinade you can
Yeah, it's a
buy.
steak marinade.
Yeah.
It's like a powdered marinade. You mix it with a little beef broth to rehydrate it, and then you just marinate your steaks in it. I don't think you cover them in it. I think they put it in like a shallow pan. Yeah, I've never. I need to play with it because I've heard good things about it. And I've tasted some of it, and it tenderizes. I don't know what's in it, but it tenderizes one big time. We've used Jacquards. We needled them. Me and Mark did a out the smoke on trying different techniques. The salt technique works really well, where you put about a half a cup of salt on one and put it in a Ziploc bag,
Some people
let it
use
set for like a half
pineapple.
hour, rinse it all off. That tenderizes it. Pineapple will, but it leaves a sweet flavor. But you can also buy it's a meat tenderizer, but just make sure it's made out of pineapple enzymes. What's it, bromelain?
Yeah.
And that's a really great tenderizer without the pineapple sweet flavor. Papaya will do it. Kiwi will do it. There's a lot of things you can do to break it down. You just got to watch it. Like if you're using it for contests, don't put anything sweet on it because it'll change the flavor. Make sure you use some if you want to do that.
What do you look for in a rub when you use two rubs together? Do you have a rule of thumb when you start layering and stacking rubs on meat?
I mean, my first one's always those salt, savory notes. That's where I like to get my salt. I like to incorporate something that's going to kind of break the meat down. It's usually a finer rub. That's why you'll see a lot of these APs or all-purpose rubs or first things you put on. They have a little more powder form to them. That's in competitions, a lot of it's got MSG in it because that's a tenderizer too, and it really wakes up other flavors. But that starts kind of the cooking process when you get the salt on there like that. It starts breaking down that meat and it starts letting some flavors go across the kind of the membrane on the outside of it, where it's working down in those proteins. Then the next ones is where I'm getting my taste from. And that's where you can really play with your barbecue rubs or your other steak flavors, depending on which way you want to go with it. I just like a flavor that kind of reminds me of something that's really cooked good on a grill. That's why my hot rub works. It's not too sweet, but it's not too barbecue flavored either. If you go light with it, that really works. So steak seasonings, typically to me, all of them are salt, pepper, garlic. That's the base of just about anything. And then you start adding some, onion to it and some herbs to it, maybe some different peppers to give it some different notes. But it's really up to you. It's not, when I layer it, I just do what I like. I don't really think about, does this rub go with this one? I kind of know that I want a savory note, then I want my barbecue flavor, and I kind of want something that's going to pop a sweet, something like that.
I agree.
Yeah.
My only thing is don't use too many salty.
Yeah, you can get too salty quick, but I mean, you'll look at them when people use different rubs. A lot of them have the same components in them, but you're getting one specific flavor out of something. That's what they're really looking for to use, whether it's a fruit something or a nut something like a pecan rub or a maple or apple cherry, stuff like that. That's what you're getting out of those when you're talking barbecue. The base note is the same. It's just that savoriness.
So,
Go ahead.
So Nathan White, this is just a really interesting question. He says, have you ever smoked water, just putting a water pan top with no drippings, using this as an ice cube for scotch?
No.
It's interesting.
It's interesting though. Just got some smoked water and then freezing it to see what it tastes like.
To add something to a drink. It might be a TikTok, Nathan.
Might be. So we can make us some. That would be interesting. So we could fill up the ice mold, with water, put it on the smoker, let it roll for a little bit. You don't really need heat. You're not trying to boil it or anything. You're just trying to get it to infuse some smoke flavor. It probably wouldn't take real long.
Mm-mm.
If you go too long, I think the water's going to probably get a lot of that really bad smoke flavor. It's almost like making a liquid smoke. It's going to absorb a lot of the impurities that may be in the smoke, or if it's
it would just be too much.
Yeah, so I don't think it would take a whole lot. Because I've seen them when they use smoke cocktails, they'll use those smoke guns, but they do it. It's not real long.
Yeah.
So if you could get that flavor in there and then you freeze it and see what it tastes like, that's interesting. I might try that. Why wouldn't it work?
Yeah. What's your favorite non-barbecue, non-meat dish?
Your mac and cheese. Ooh, it's so good. It's good. Oh, it's good.
Is that like the one she made the other night for the Dave comedy?
Yeah,
Yes.
you try
That
it?
was fire. Yeah.
I'll put her mac and cheese up against anybody's. She's got two dishes that I'll put up against, more than two.
I was going to say, come on now.
Yeah, more than two. But your chicken and dumplings and mac and cheese, I'd marry you just for those two dishes. Make them once a month.
That's why you call her your side chick. I got you.
Yeah. But yeah, that's. If other than that, what would you think? Non-meat?
Casseroles. You love casseroles.
Yeah,
Non-meat,
casseroles.
yeah.
But there's not a non-meat casserole. I'm not eating no vegetarian casserole.
Hash brown
I have
casserole.
had vegetarian lasagna. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mississippi here in Hernando makes a great one. I'm thinking broccoli salad, but it has bacon in it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Does hash brown casserole have meat in it?
No, hash brown
way I
casserole
do
don't.
it.
Hash brown casserole is good. It is really good with breakfast sausage topped with pepperonis.
When done properly, it's really good.
Yeah.
I've had some bad.
But I was thinking fresh guac. Man, that's something I could eat
Yeah.
a bowl of. I love it. When you get it, make your own pico, chop up those little tomatoes and onions and cilantro and jalapeno with fresh, good, ripe avocados, little grande gringo, some lime. Man, it's good.
Somebody said just cheese grits on the grill is the bomb.
I love some cheese grit, man. But I don't like grits by themselves.
Mhm.
I mean, it's like breakfast grits or whatever. But
No.
not my cup of tea. But you give me some cheesy grits and you put some shrimp on it or some burnt ends.
Oh yeah.
Even pulled pork on grits is good, but you got to have some meat to go with it. To me,
Yeah.
I like some grits, though. They're just
Good cream.
it's more of a
sauce.
foundation. It's not its own standalone thing to me.
So someone wants to know if they have to cook a brisket or even a pork butt the day before, how do they go about storing, reheating, serving?
I try to keep it whole. That's the best way. So when it comes off the pit and you do your rest on it, you want to get it cooled down. If I'm cooking a pork butt,
See, I do.
more than likely I'm pulling that bone out because that bone's generating a lot of heat. Then I want it to sit out. I want it to calm down. Excuse me. I want to get it in the refrigerator and chilled down as quick as possible. So, excuse me, a little burpage. But yeah, you and if you keep it whole, it seems to reheat better to me. To reheat them, if you're not going to fire it up on the grill, aluminum pan, covered, make sure there's a little liquid in there, pop it in the oven, 250, 300. It's probably going to take, if it's whole, it's going to take a little bit longer. So give yourself an hour and a half, 2 hours to heat it back up. But watch those internals. It just needs to go back to 140. You don't have to cook it anymore. You're just getting up to safe heating. Then it's fine to go ahead and pull it. Brisket's the same way. Brisket does great whole, reheated, and then you slice it once you get it back up to 140. Treat it the same way. You want to get it off the pit, get it cooled down, get it in the fridge. Save any of the pan juices and all that comes in there. Try to keep that liquid because it's great to reheat it with. If you don't have that, pork's great with a little apple juice. Beef, I usually pour a little beef broth in there. But that's the way I like to do it. Now, if you got to pull it, the best way is to pull it, vacuum seal it, or pull it, get it in a Ziploc bag. And then you can reheat it that way by still packing it back in a pan, adding some moisture to it, covering it up tight. I've even put plastic wrap over it, then aluminum foil. That's how we used to do it at Cracker Barrel. Every pan got that plastic wrap, then aluminum foil. And that's how they popped it in and reheated or kept it in the proofing oven.
Everybody kind of does that. John wants to know, have you heard about the latest trend, smoking brisket with beef tallow?
Yeah. We did it with the prime rib this weekend. We made our own tallow by taking the fat trimmings, like the lip, I guess you call it the lip of the ribeye, the tail, and that's all that fat that hangs out the side. We kind of rounded out the prime rib or the whole ribeye, and then we took all those trimmings and threw them in a pan, put them up on the top shelf on the Outlaw, and just let them start melting. No seasoning, anything, and it just made the best smoked tallow. And then after it got melted really good, we pulled it out and set it up on the firebox so we keep it simmering, kind of bubbling. And then when we got ready, when the prime rib got done, we pulled it off at like 120. We put our butcher paper in like a pan, kind of overlapped it, and I took a basting brush and basted that tallow all over the paper, got it getting greasy, put the prime rib in there and wrapped it up, even drizzled some more over the top. And what it does, it makes it look good when you unwrap it. I don't know if it adds any more. Well, it's got to add to it because I was dipping bread in that tallow. And I don't know if you've ever done smoked tallow, then dip some Hawaiian roll in it. And I'm probably going to take some extra cholesterol meds for that. But
I mean,
man, it's good.
Mark was
It was
adding
good.
it afterwards too, and
We did it with,
tasted delicious.
And so we also used it on the board. So when we served that prime rib, we would take a slice and we'd take that brush and brush some tallow on the board and let that slice fall down in the tallow and then season the side and then serve it to somebody. And people were coming back for seconds and thirds and saying, whatever you did, Do that again. Yeah. It was like, they never had prime rib like that. And this was prime rib. I mean, that was you went to Sam's Club and the only whole ribeyes they had were primes. And they were like, I don't know, they were $16 a pound, $15.99 a pound. It's like a $350 prime rib.
Insane.
Never paid that much for one, but it was fantastic.
At least it turned out good.
Yeah, at least it turned out good. Everybody seemed to like it.
I saw a question from Matthew. He wants to know what's going on with Wiener Fest.
We are going to have a hot dog eating contest. We're going to have guests. So this all came about because 4th of July is coming up. We wanted to do something.
Let's pass out some hot dogs.
Yeah. Shell loves cooking hot dogs at work. And I said, okay, well, if you like hot dogs, and we wanted to do something the Saturday before 4th of July because that weekend's coming up. People are going to be shopping, wanting to get all their supplies ready for 4th of July, and we're closing 4th of July. So that weekend will probably not be too busy for us. But we're having our Independence Day celebration kickoff this Saturday here at the shop. And we're doing Wiener Fest. And what come down was like, how many hot dogs? I forget, because Shell cooks hot dogs on the Traeger. She'll fill it up. And I was like, well, how many hot dogs do you think we can get on that BFO? We were sitting around. I said, I don't know. Nobody knew. I said, well, let's find out. And let's have it, Saturday we're going to be up at the shop doing demos. Let's have a Wiener Fest. And so we'll fill it up. And then we'll just give out free hot dogs to everybody that comes by and then shop or whatever. And so
then
that's turned into...
Somehow I got dragged into this.
that turned into, they always do a hot dog eating contest on the 4th of July. Why don't we host a hot dog eating contest? And so we're doing a free hot dog eating contest where we got people signing up. We're going to do 3 minutes. Who can eat the most hot dogs? You win some prizes. I saw on TikTok, it's one of those videos where everybody's probably seen them if you've been on TikTok, where it's like people trying to catch hot dogs. I guess people tossing them to them, slow motion. So we're going to film some of that hot dog toss. What else are we doing, Shell? We're cooking some apple cobbler, some kind of apple dessert thing on the grills.
We got T-shirts that say, I survived Wiener Fest.
I survived Wiener Fest. We're doing Italian ice for the kids. There's going to be an Italian ice vendor here. There's going to be a local, it's a local youth group, church group that's going to be selling drinks and stuff, raising money for their organization.
Our
T-shirts are going to Palmer. We're doing it to raise money for Palmer Home.
Yeah.
You buy a T-shirt, proceeds go to Palmer Home. Kids are going to have a sidewalk art, chalk art contest, whatever that is.
This all happened in a podcast, by the way.
Yeah,
we were all sitting here like just talking.
This is that's exactly
how we do things.
But that's what Wiener Fest is. But we've already got next year's Sausage Fest. It's going to be even better. It's going to be bigger and better. That's going to be the shirt, bigger and better. Sausage Fest.
I'm still working on Beer Fest, y'all.
But if you are in Hernando this Saturday,
496 Whitfield Drive.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
11 to 2.
Come get a free hot dog. Yeah, 11 to 2-ish. Hot dog eating contest. We'll have plenty of free hot dogs. Just swing by, have a good time.
What if we don't have? What if thousands and thousands of people show up and we don't have enough hot dogs?
No.
I guess we're gonna rely on the Wiener Mobile.
We're gonna be going. We're gonna be running to Walmart and Kroger and Dollar General and buying every pack of hot dogs we can find.
I'm gonna Uber Eats Sonic and be like, I need 1,000 hot dogs.
I did have an idea. We should have got a dunk tank and took our crawfish pots and boiled a bunch of hot dogs and filled that water up and had a hot dog water dunk tank.
Okay. Benjamin says, "What are your top 3 tailgate foods?"
Top 3 tailgate foods.
He said his falls are going to be hard to watch.
Brats is probably one of my.
Yeah.
Brats is probably number 1 tailgate food. It's going to be. Sausage and cheese. You can't hardly beat too. Is that, anything sausage.
You've got a good trick for smoked sausage. You don't just throw your smoked sausage.
Oh yeah,
smoker.
Kind of Hasselback it.
Yeah.
And cook it. That way you can get rub all in there and it opens up, and then you can glaze it. And every little piece is cut. Then it's pre-cut, and all you do is mow through it to get your little bites. When I think of tailgates, I think of foods that's I can stand there and hold a beer in one hand and eat in the other hand.
I tell you, it'd be good. Those chicken skewers you just did.
Chicken skewer, anything on a stick.
Yeah.
Poppers is always a big one. Barbecue nachos. So we always have pulled pork if we're doing tailgate because it can go on little sliders. It can go on nachos. It reheats well. We always have some kind of dip, whether it's old-fashioned rotel dip, if it's just some kind of hot onion dip. My personal favorite, I'm a buffalo chicken dip junkie, and to me that says tailgate because you can warm it up and bring it out there, and everybody loves it.
I like anything that you can prep and have ready to hit the grill.
That's right.
Or whatever. So
and fast cooking stuff too. I mean, I don't want to be. I want to enjoy being at the tailgate. I don't want to be sitting there cooking the whole time. That's why I think brats do well, because I like to simmer my brats in beer. And you'll get all the fat rendered out of them. That way, when you put them over on the grill and sear them, the outside doesn't bust. They're juicy on the inside, but they're kind of seared, browned up on the outside. It makes an awesome brat. What's something else that we really do for tailgates? That's probably
Cookie tray.
hot wings.
Yeah.
Hot wings. I mean, wings is something we do.
My thing is,
Yeah,
the night before we try to get it all prepped up, lined out in containers, in coolers, ready to go.
ready to go. Yeah.
So you're doing little work as possible at
When
the
you get there.
tailgate.
Tell you what, those bacon wrapped meatballs or the pig shots, all those are huge ones to do for tailgates because they're easy to prep. You put them on. I mean, kebabs are easy to do. Anything you load up on a stick or make it one bite stuff, that's what you want to do.
I have a question for the chat really quick. I just want to know what your guys' favorite Malcolm Reed recipe is. Just let us know. I just want to read some of them because I've seen a bunch of different ones. I see the chuck roast a lot,
Yeah, really?
like a lot.
Mississippi pot roast?
Yeah.
That's a good one. I don't know what my favorite one would
Chicken
be.
wings in the vortex is what Justin says.
Really? What would your favorite one be, Shell?
It's hard to pick.
You got to pick one. You're probably going to go ribeye steak, aren't you?
It's probably going to be
That's
a
a good
red
one.
beef, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Picanha.
I wish I was.
but
there
that's a
for that.
personal preference.
Yeah.
I also
Man, picanha with a chimichurri, it's so hard to beat.
Benjamin says spicy chicken. I see burn ins.
firecracker chicken. That one came up again.
Firecracker chicken. Oh, what about those chicken bombs? The thighs
Yeah,
stuffed with the pepper and the cream cheese.
wrapped in
Man,
bacon.
those are so good.
Jack and Coke ribs. When did that happen?
Yeah, we did those.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
You guys have like a huge database in your mind of all of these things.
We got 300-something recipes.
Norman Rockwell turkey, Thanksgiving turkey.
The Norman.
Yeah, crispy wings with the white barbecue sauce. Anything with the white
Anything
barbecue
with the white
sauce.
sauce. Pulled chicken with the white sauce.
Yes, I saw a mac rib. Yes.
The mac rib was awesome.
It was good.
Katie said it's the Mississippi spicy chicken for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that Katie?
That's our
Katie,
Katie.
Katie?
That is our Katie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Katie.
Yeah, shout out. Cocktails with Katie. I'm trying to get her talked into doing some cocktail videos.
I think she'd do
I
it.
think she would do great at it.
Whose YouTube videos do you watch?
Here lately, Mad Scientist cooking some briskets. He's the tallow man. Matt Pittman, Meat Church, Sam Cooking Guy, Russ Jones
Yeah,
down there on the coast.
I like him.
T Roy. I like T Roy.
T-Roy
Max?
cooks.
Yeah, who?
You like Max?
Max the Meat Guy. That's yeah.
That dude's awesome.
He's more
Max,
TikTok, but he's very good.
Yeah.
Creative as hell. Did y'all see his he had like almost like a checkerboard. It was like it was a chessboard actually.
Yeah.
And he made all the chess pieces out of meat and stuff. It was like,
Really?
it was nuts, yeah.
Guga, is it Guga Foods? The guy
Yep.
that does all that. Man, he does some awesome stuff. Mark's always saying, Mark.
Yeah, Swine Life and Mojo.
Yeah, Mojo.
Those are the top
Mojo. Yeah, of course I'm watching all Jay stuff.
I watched Jay stuff like
I
religiously.
love Jay stuff. I get Jay. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You got to get Jay's sense of humor. But if you know Jay, his stuff's really good.
I made the pizza once and I was sold. I was like, all right.
Yeah. Jay's a heck of a cook.
Jay
He
is a
really
cook. He's very
He can cook. I mean, they used to do wedding cakes, him and his wife. So that's, I mean, they've done it all. He was made leather goods.
he's an
He's like a
artist.
Renaissance man. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about raising your own hogs?
No, because I know how nasty pigs are. And I think other people could do it better.
Joe might lose all her windbreakers.
Shell used to show hogs. You've raised a few in your time.
I want to answer this for you. Yes,
Yeah.
he has, and he plans on it.
He plans on starting a hog farm along with llamas and sheep and goats. And you're going to name all of them, and they're going to be pets, right?
Have a little gated thing outside the
No,
outside
I
the shop.
mean,
Have you ever been? I don't know why I'm asking you this. Have y'all ever been near a pig farm? You can smell it from miles.
it is.
It is horrible.
It gets in your skin.
Yeah.
It sticks around.
Once you smell that, you'll never forget it. I've been around pig farm, and I don't want to live near one.
Cooking a barbecue contest and coming home smelling like barbecue, and even after 2 showers, it still
Yeah.
smells like barbecue.
Imagine that.
It's similar.
Yeah,
Maybe worse.
but with pig.
At least barbecue smells good. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, that's right.
Not after you.
You can't get that out of your boots and shoes and everything. It just absorbs into it.
Like working at Sonic. I've heard the same thing from people working at Sonic. They smell like the ice cream machine for like days.
I don't make beer either. I'm cool with buying my Miller Lite.
That's always something I've wanted to like get into though. Like I always wonder.
Brewing your own beer?
Yeah, like I think it'd be cool.
I had a Mr. Beer kit. It did not turn out like you think it would.
It's like a chia pet. You just kind of.
Oh, it gets you drunk, but it gives you the worst headache ever.
I've got some friends that have gotten into it and figured it out.
Yeah, they make some decent beer. So much easier to go see my man down at J&J One Stop.
How does someone that barbecues a lot at home get into competition barbecue?
Go out, find a contest near you, visit it, and then go take a judging class, and then sign up. It's not really hard. There's so much information out there now, about how to cook competition barbecue, and there's everybody's usually friendly at a contest, so they'll talk to you, and it's really easy to get into. It's not hard. You don't. Do you need fancy equipment? No, you could do it with, Weber Smoky Mountains or drums. You don't have to have the most expensive grills or rigs. But, I would say if you're thinking about doing competition, maybe start out in the state contest. It's got some ancillaries. Go check out a backyard contest, something you can get in low cost, and then work your way up to jumping into a full-blown KCBS or MBN or something like that.
For someone that does a lot of cooking but doesn't have a lot of money, what would you recommend them get? They said a traditional offset or an upright pellet smoker. I'd throw out a drum.
Yeah. Drum for the money, build you a drum.
Yeah.
You can get a good drum kit, like a Big Papa kit or something like that. Find you a reconditioned drum. Usually you can find them for around $20. It's been redone. It's food grade. Put that kit together and you got a smoker for under $150 usually, somewhere around there. If you really just set on buying one, go get you a Weber grill. Learn to control the fire on it. Set it up for 2-zone cooking. See if you really like managing a fire and staying up with it, adding coals and all that. But you can get a Weber kettle, for $150, $160. I think that's the basic model.
Travis Decker has a question for Miss Southern Shell. Do you miss those yellow walls?
I don't miss that paint color, but
you miss the paint.
You miss the idea.
You don't miss that house in Brentwood, do you?
No.
Yeah, it was a little house.
Where
Brentwood
Trace.
Oh, I was thinking like Brentwood, Tennessee.
No,
dang, that's like
no, it was South Haven. Brentwood.
that was like up high Nashville.
No,
I think that's where Justin Timberlake lives or
different,
something. Yeah.
Different neighborhood.
Yeah.
Brentwood Farms.
What I'm talking about is like $1 million starter homes, yo.
No.
It's like, dang, why'd y'all
Not
come
the
back
same thing. No, but we had some good times. That was our first home together.
We had nothing but hope and a dream.
Yeah.
They were
Walked
talking
out
about
of the garage.
They were talking about having
Every
people
room
come
in the
to
house had something to do with the business in it, I think. Even our master bedroom.
Yeah.
the closet.
Cardboard boxes everywhere, labels. One of the rooms was converted to an office, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They were talking about their closet. I was like, I don't know if they could have ever got me to come work for them. If they're like, hey, will you come work out of our closet?
Come get in our closet.
You come get in our closet with us and listen to us talk. It's like, yeah, sure. Sounds great.
There was no producer. Actually, we did have guests in that closet, didn't we?
Yeah. That was even at our new house.
Yeah. We didn't do the podcast at our old house.
I got a question for you. Do you have a barbecue hero?
I got a bunch of them. Some of them are gone.
Yeah.
They're not around anymore. But
Well, you've been doing this thing for a long time.
been doing it for a while. Yeah. Heck yeah. I mean, for me not to say, Mike Mills and Mr. Gary, Roart from U-Bonds, those guys are my heroes. Mr. Pat Burke I saw him at Memphis in May. He's still alive and kicking and doing it up Murfreesboro. But those are the guys that come to mind as my heroes.
They were the ones that were kind of on the.
They set the pace for what competition barbecue was in the Memphis area.
Yeah.
Cooking,
I mean, earlier somebody asked you like what your favorite area of barbecue was, and I know the answer to that, but
like region?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Memphis through and through. It's where I'm born and raised.
I answered and said Texas and Memphis.
What? Texas is not my favorite. They got good brisket. As far as all the other rest of the barbecue, I mean, it's par at best.
He just got through.
They don't know how to cook ribs. They don't know how to cook shoulder. They definitely don't know how to cook hog.
We should have specified.
Yeah.
So he was on the Bourbon Pursuit podcast, y'all. He doesn't know I was sitting there listening.
Yeah.
But he did. But like he said, he cooks a lot of Texas brisket on his off time because he cooks so much Memphis brisket and has so much Memphis.
Well, there's no such thing as Memphis brisket.
Or not Memphis brisket, Memphis
style
barbecue.
barbecue.
My apologies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
competition barbecue. I mean, if I'm cooking a brisket, I'm not cooking it competition style. I'm cooking salt and pepper brisket, which happens to be a Texas style brisket. And there's nothing wrong with Texas barbecue. I've had some good barbecue. It'll stay with you in Texas.
You'll be burping it for a while.
But Memphis barbecue's the bomb. And you can't say Kansas City because the guy that started it over there came from Memphis and started that whole style. So it's basically Memphis. And Memphis style probably came from Carolina style, which is, I would say Memphis is better than Carolina style because it's not mushy.
Have you tried the new Thermopin?
I didn't know there was a new Thermopin.
They made
I'm a Thermopin dealer.
Yeah.
Is there a new one other than the
think so.
MK4?
They said the Mark IV or something.
The MK4? That's been out.
No. I think they had something new drop. I saw someone asked about it.
I did not know. I need to get one and do a video with it.
I did see them making a teaser campaign about it.
Really?
What's your favorite thing to cook in the summer?
In the summer, steaks. It's quick. Actually, here lately, it's been grilled meat for tacos. We've been doing a lot of marinated chicken, boneless, skinless chicken thighs, flat iron, skirt steaks, things like that cook super fast. I don't want to be out there, in the heat, just slaving away all day in the summer. To me, in the summer, we're all about something that's quick and easy, and that we could, eat a lot of fresh vegetables with. That's why tacos go great. But we'll do steak dinner and have a salad with it, or throw some asparagus on there, and something that's going to cook up quick.
Yeah, chicken,
fish.
That pellet grill's my best friend over the summer because set a beer can chicken on there. Hour and a half later, get it off.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do fish tacos, things like that. We do a lot. We do a lot of tacos. Believe it or not, it's something easy for me and Rochelle and Michael to do, and we don't have to buy a lot of protein to do it. I mean, one flat iron steak is us for a meal. You're not cooking 3 pieces of meat, or we'll do 1 pack of chicken thighs, and by the time you cut them up, it makes enough for to have and probably have leftovers. So that's what we do a lot of in the summer. Now, 4th of July, I'll cook ribs, I'll cook barbecue, things like that, and of course Memorial Day we usually cook, but the rest of the time it's we're usually grilling and chilling something pretty quick.
We do burgers.
Burgers, dogs, sausages.
I eat so much
things
chicken
like that.
salad.
We don't really eat brats in the summer though.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of a football, fall, winter food.
Yeah.
But hot dogs, we'll throw hot dogs on there. A lot of times we're in the pool hanging out. You can throw something on, we'll throw some dogs or some burgers on and do like the smoked burger on the pellet grill. No flips. And then, by the time you're ready for them, it doesn't take too long. And
it's a Thermopin 1.
Thermopin 1, huh? I did not know.
Yep. Okay, so we've been talking about planning like a local barbecue crawl with everybody here.
Heck yeah.
What are the places you would hit up? Memphis barbecue. Where are we going if we're doing our barbecue
shop on Madison?
That's our stop one.
Cozy Corner.
Wait, what are you getting at barbecue shop? Do you have anything on the menu, or are we just showing up and free?
No, I'm getting. That's tough. I'm probably going to get me a pulled. It's either going to be bologna or pulled pork on Texas toast. Not the bun.
They got the best barbecue spaghetti, I think.
And I'm definitely getting the sketty.
It's
barbecue sketty.
good.
That's happening.
It's kind of sweet, kind of greasy.
Cozy Corner.
Best
I'm going
way.
to get there early enough to where I can get me some Cornish game hen. Maybe a rib or two. They got a great rib. Man, I probably have to go to Central, get me some wings and ribs. That's what I'm getting at Central. They got great barbecue nachos too. We bypassed Melissa's joint. We're going to come back there. That's going to be the last stop, Memphis Barbecue, coming back home. I got a bunch of stuff I got to get there. But we're going to go to Payne's, get a big old barbecue sandwich. It's only that, don't get anything else. Just get the barbecue sandwich at Payne's. Probably going to get me some rib tips at, man, what's the name of it? I can't, it's right there. Get Well and Rains.
Guy Fieri's been there.
Yes, what's the name of it? They got the best rib tips going. I can't think of the name. Skips me, but it's not Leonard's. Leonard's is good if it's still open. I don't know.
Tom's.
That's it. Tom's. Go to Tom's and get me some rib tips. Deviled eggs too. They got good deviled eggs.
They put
Go to
dill in?
Germantown Commissary, get me some ribs, deviled eggs and pie. Man, I'm gonna go to Tops.
Tops is
I'm
good.
going to Tops, but I'm getting. You know what I'm getting at Tops on my barbecue crawl? This is gonna blow your mind. Double cheeseburger.
Heck yeah,
You gotta
man.
mix in a burger when you're on the barbecue crawl. Sweet tea and a double cheeseburger with some crinkle cut
I
fries.
was say crinkle cut.
God, it goes so good.
The best thing ever.
Yeah. Then we're gonna go to Melissa's Memphis Barbecue Company in Horn Lake. Even though it's not in Memphis, it's in Horn Lake. Cheese fritters, pork skins.
Yep.
Man, her ribs are the bomb. Turnip greens, meatloaf, smoked meatloaf.
Even their jambalaya is really good.
Jambalaya is good. They've got one, so it's just like a eat all. Comes out on this big, looks like a trash can lid, but it's like you know what I'm talking about, Shell.
Yeah.
It's almost like a lazy Susan thing because it's this big round thing. It's got some of everything on it. It's so good, and that's where we're gonna wrap it up. We're doing this crawl.
Yeah.
We're gonna hurt. We're gonna hurt. It's gonna take all day. We're gonna have to go.
Our plan is we're going
Might
to
be 2 days. Yeah.
shut down the shop.
Shut down the
Everybody
shop,
gets in the bus.
Get on the bus. Cooler full of beer. We're just going and hitting spots.
Heck yeah, party bus.
Party bus. The barbecue
call
party
it
bus.
Employee Appreciation Day.
Employee Appreciation Day. Can we get T-shirts made?
Eric wants to know who would you have on your team for a crawfish eating contest?
Eating. That little Asian lady that goes to Mark Williams. I don't know what her name is, but I'll put her up against anybody. Joey Chestnut could not eat as many crawfish as that lady. She is a machine. I don't know her name, but we're recruiting her. We're going to get her. I don't know, man. Because I don't eat crawfish for poundage. I eat it for, I like to eat a flat of it, drink some beer, stop. Check the next batch. You know, you kind of go at it. Then you come in at the end. Ben Pickle. Ben Pickle's probably number 2 after the Asian lady. Asian lady, Ben Pickle.
Who knew he would get a shot?
How many people do I get to pick?
I said like 3.
Oh, that's good.
That's only 2.
Mark Williams.
Mark Williams can eat some crawfish now. Yeah. Yeah, Mark Williams. I'd probably put him on there.
What do you think about the Lang smokers for commercial use? I'd go.
It's a lot of work for commercial use. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to buy one of those oilers or, one of those big pits like those Texas guys use. I'm probably not using a reverse flow Lang. If it was me, I'd probably have Old Hickory, just because footprint and
It holds
operate,
so
you
much
run them
more.
around the clock. You're sitting out there feeding it sticks. Langs cook great, but they can be a little finicky. You're going to have to get that. If the wind's blowing, you're going to turn it. You're going to fight. There ain't nothing wrong with them. It's just
More
it's
work.
a lot of work. Yeah. Who are those pits that Matt's Bill Scale? I think they're making some big ones now. If you're going that and you're going commercial use, man, I get the BFO. I've never seen a stick burner. That thing is 12 foot long, end to end, run the same temperature, and it runs off a fire basket that'll fit in my patio. That it's got a huge firebox on it, but we could stick that patio, and it don't take much fire to run that thing at 275. It's amazing. That's one of the things that helped us do so well at Memphis in May was cooking on that pit. We're going to load it up with hot dogs this weekend. So many hot dogs we can fit on it.
You even filled it last week or this past weekend, right? It was pretty full.
No, that was
fancy.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're right.
But I don't know if Lang makes one as big as the BFO. And that pit, I don't know what Jay's price was. What I heard before steel went up, this was like when we first got it. It was, under 14. And I don't quote me on that, but I would pay $14,000 for that pit all day long. That's amazing for what you can do with it. You cook 2 hogs on it.
Have you ever thought about opening a restaurant? I would definitely go many times.
No. I'll go with you to a restaurant, but I've never thought about opening one.
That was in my starting contract. He wasn't allowed to open restaurants.
I'm not allowed to open a restaurant. I've always said I would love to have a restaurant, but I want it to be open when I want it to be open. I don't want to be the one cooking everything,
It's
and I want it to
food
be
truck
for my
style.
buddies to come. Excuse me. I want it to be for my buddies to come hang out. We got a cool bar. I want it to be like bar centric, like the old Applebee's used to be, where the bar's in the center of the restaurant and everything's just kind of around it. And then we just happen to sell some barbecue or something. Or food's not the main thing. We don't open till, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. It don't get bumping until then.
It's your third or fourth stop on the
it's your
barbecue
third or
pro.
fourth stop. Yeah, part of the trifecta. You know, we used to do the trifecta show. We'd start out at one place, happy hour, change venues throughout the night.
We
I want to be like the
you.
middle stop. I don't want to be the late night stop because we all got to go home at some point.
Yeah,
3-ish. We're open from 7 to 3. That's a good 8 hours, right?
You're not a 3 a.m. person.
I would be if we were hanging out at the
You're
bar.
more of an 8 to 10.
8 to 10. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Come on now. No, it probably had to be earlier hour. I'd probably open at like 4. Like, what's the early bird?
Yeah.
That's right.
I thought I was too till my wife was gone for a week, and I've been up to like 2 or 3 in the morning again.
Yeah.
So this is great.
But no, I'm not a restaurant guy. I worked at some restaurants when I was younger and dumb. Didn't have no choice. It's hell. If you've ever been worked in a restaurant where you're trying to make a profit, it's not easy.
Yes.
It is not easy at all. It's not all glamorous and cooking stuff and people just enjoy it.
Not a
Tyler, you know that's what you've done. All your,
If you run it right,
Yeah.
you're a slave to it.
that's
for
it. Yeah,
years
you are
before
blood,
you-
sweat, and tears.
around the clock.
And you are a very busy man, so I could not.
I'd rather be able to give it away. I'd rather be able just to give it away. Don't have to worry about making a profit. Just cook barbecue for the fun of it.
What's my funniest moment
Yeah,
with Malcolm?
I love
Says
that question.
Shelby. Oh Lord.
What is it?
What is Tyler's funniest moment with you?
Oh, you haven't been around me that long.
I know.
There's been a lot. I've heard.
Have-
all right.
Really?
I mean, like, yeah, like filming TikToks and stuff. All right, so like, this is just one that comes to mind. I don't know if it's the funniest or not, but we were filming TikToks one day, and we were doing 2 recipes back to back that were ones that we really didn't know if they were going to turn out or not.
Yeah.
So we kind of kept checking back on them, and they honestly, until like the very end, like we were not sure that they were
This is
we kept
you
going.
can't use this at all.
Like maybe this is gonna turn out, and he just kept looking back and say, "Tyler, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know." But yeah, it was. But there's been a lot, and I've heard a lot of stories too, so that were pretty great.
That one stands out.
That I mean,
It's
that
hard
one
to ask. I don't
specifically.
have one.
There's one supposedly right before I started, they lit his arm on fire. I wish I was there for that one. That sounds
I
great.
did do that. That's awesome. What's your? Do you have like the funniest
I can't.
one? Not one funny.
The top few that pop into my head, I'm like, can't talk about that one.
I heard a few
Not on
Kentucky Derby
air.
stories.
Not on
Kentucky
air.
Derby
Yeah, that's
stories, yeah.
close.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of funny
Skittle
ones.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
fire.
not
That's what they
Facebook
want.
Live material.
Yeah. So
That's borderline OnlyFans.
Only Pitmaster.
Yeah,
Shout out to
only Pitmaster.
Craig.
Yeah, shout out to Craig.
Walmart steaks. We made a post this week.
Hey, Walmart steaks now. I don't know if they've stepped their game up, if we've got lucky, but we have bought this probably 3 times now. 3 times. Shell has went and picked out steaks. One of them was down going to the deer camp. You stopped in. We were going to go down there, spend the night, cook some steaks. Senatobia Walmart. Come out with these. I was like, man, what? Walmart's got steaks like this? I mean, they're 1.5 inch, 16, good
Marbled,
16, 18 ounce ribeyes, marbled up, nice
Tender,
banana
cooked
on
up.
those, me and Michael cooked those.
Yeah.
Cut them with a fork. Amazing. I was like, okay, Walmart. Bought some just the other day. What was that? This for the Cajun ribeye. The recipe we did. You went and picked those up. We said, what would everybody and we were just thinking I was gonna do something else, didn't have time to test it out. So I didn't want to just throw something out there. So I said, Shell, I'll do my Cajun ribeye that I do. You said, I'll go get some steaks, but I want to get some that just anybody can go get anywhere. I'm not picking nothing out fancy. These aren't, prime or Wagyu or anything like that. This is just an everyday steak. Somebody can go to Walmart. So you went up there to our Hernando Walmart, picked out 2 steaks, and they were probably 14 ounces. They were trimmed up, marbled up, tri-hearts. Now, steak cooking background leads you to know how to pick out a steak. I'm sure they had some that were subpar in there. But you picked out 2 steaks from Walmart.
I mean, they still had some good choices. It's not
Yeah.
like I found the one only.
If you know what you're
in
looking,
there.
and that to me, it just shows you if you know what you're looking for and a good steak, you can probably find one at Walmart, Kroger, your regular grocery store. You got to dig through some, but you can find them. And I've been highly. They're what do they say? Were they just Walmart Angus steaks?
Angus
I mean,
prime.
choice. They weren't prime.
They were just Angus.
Yeah, those weren't prime. Those were just choice Angus, but they were marbled up like a prime. I would call it high upper 2/3 choice, wouldn't you? If I had to rate it.
So we made that post and people were calling you out saying, how much is Walmart paying you for that post?
Oh, Walmart ain't paying me jack. I wish they were. I wish they'd take another rub. I got one in there. I need to get some more. You think that if that help, I'll be going through Walmart cooking everything they got. Sam's Choice and up, Jack.
I mean,
That's what it would take.
but the post was like,
That was legit.
I'm so surprised
Yeah.
Walmart has decent meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's gonna get by their
Yeah, like
marketing.
that's yeah. Look at that. I'm so surprised. Just goes to show you our butchers know what they're doing.
Thanks
They
for
ain't
that.
seen a butcher in Walmart.
Yeah.
You can't find a butcher in Walmart.
Yeah.
You call somebody, they send out Ted from the back,
Yeah.
like stock boy. Yeah, that was good.
A lot of people in white coats. Nobody
Yeah.
cutting meat.
What's a butcher? Yeah.
Derek wants to know who you got in the College World Series.
Chelsea's State.
Oh, man, that was a great game last night. Vanderbilt. Man, I almost gave up on them. I said the SEC is going to go. Stanford's going to put them down. I didn't hear the whistler. He'd shut up. And then they came back in the 9th, and I felt bad for that Stanford pitcher. I mean, he gave that. He had them. He had 2 outs. He was down. Had a full count. I mean, Stanford was already going on to the next game. And then they let Stringbean come out there, and he beat out an infield hit. Next guy hits it to right field, scores it, ties it. Then Stringbean gets around to third, and then a pitch over the catcher's head scores him, and they end the game on that. That's a terrible way to do it, but I got the Dogs.
Do you think they're going all the way?
Hell State. I don't think Vandy's going to repeat. I don't know now. Vandy's got a good team. I guess who's the other undefeated? NC State. Is it NC State and Vandy's the 2-2-0s? No, Mississippi State. They play tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Are they playing Virginia?
Uh,
That's going to be tough.
Who won?
Mississippi State won. I
No.
think Virginia beat Texas,
That's
right?
what, it was Virginia and Texas.
I don't know. Maybe that's tonight. I don't know.
No, it's Friday. No, Virginia and Texas are playing tonight. Yeah,
that's
and
probably on right now.
the winner of that game
Yeah.
goes on to play State, and if State wins it,
We're keeping it Mississippi. I hate the Rebels aren't there. I think they had a good shot.
yeah.
You don't think they beat the Dogs?
Uh,
Mississippi State's got some good pitching. They really do. They surprised me. I did give up on them the other night. I was like, well, looks like they're going to take this loss and play for another game. But they came back, was it in the 9th, and scored, I think, like 6 runs or something like that. I wasn't even watching it. I think I was watching Ancient Aliens or something. It wasn't that. But I did watch all of that Vanderbilt game last night. That was very interesting. That was a good pitching matchup. They were throwing everything they had at them. Those guys were playing hard. And what did Stanford have? What kind of crazy belt buckles was that those guys were wearing?
I need to.
I never
Google
could figure that out.
I thought it was like their plays.
That was not. No, it was like some belt buckle. I don't know.
So what do you have coming up, Malcolm?
Wiener Fest. Are we gonna have beers at Wiener Fest?
Yeah.
We have T-shirts.
In the VIP room.
Yeah, the VIP room. There's
All right, yeah. That's it, man. I got Wiener Fest coming up. Doing I been putting out a 4th of July video. I think we did. Did we do the apple pie ribs last year?
yes.
I'm gonna do a peach version this year. And then we got the 4th of July. We time to, shoot some fireworks and kick back, cook some barbecue. After that, I'm going deep sea fishing. So that's about it.
Heck yeah, man.
But yeah, with more TikToks, man. We recorded some good ones yesterday. I don't know when they're going to drop. We got some drink ones we got to do.
Doing some more Monday.
Yeah, we're doing some more Monday. But we did 2, and I think these are going to be huge. One of them was like cinnamon toast crunch bombs. They were little. I took just a regular old canned biscuit, forked it, dipped it in butter, rolled it in a ball, dipped it in butter, tossed it in cinnamon toast crunch sugar, put them in mini muffin pans on the Traeger, and then drizzled them with carrot. Oh man, those were so good.
Too good.
And then we did the All-American apple crisp. It was kind of my take on a little quick apple cobbler, super easy on the grill.
One of the
Can't beat
easiest
that.
desserts.
Ice cream, caramel sauce. So, yeah, it was super. Both of those are super easy. Those will be good videos. But yeah, other than that, man, we're gold.
That's what's going on. Anything going on with you, Shell?
He listed it all.
He listed it all. Her mom's coming in town. Her mom's coming in town. Should be here tomorrow.
Got that going for me.
So Deborah's coming to Wiener Fest? Shut up. Shut up.
But that's all the time we have tonight.
That's all the time we have tonight. We're going to get a connection here. It's like you see all the bars.
Let me get a chip bag.
Connection failed.
All right, guys. If you have any questions that you guys want to see Malcolm answer in the next live stream, make sure you guys head on over to the Let's Get to Cooking Facebook community that this is sponsored by. It's our Facebook community where you can post daily, have Malcolm answer, have tons of other local backyard pit masters answer your questions.
Let's support the Palmer home.
Help us support the Palmer home,
we
guys.
still have that thing down there. And if you're interested, howtobbqright.com/Palmer. It'll give you all the details.
It is a great cause.
Yeah, how you can attend the VIP class in November.
How much are Wiener Fest shirts?
$20.
Somebody wants a Wiener Fest shirt, text you and or put it on there, put your money in there, and we'll get you. Oh, can we do that?
We're just doing it on site.
Okay, on site.
Yeah.
So if you're near Hernando, Mississippi,
Come by, get
496
your Wiener
Whitfield
Fest
Drive,
shirt.
come by, get your Wiener Fest shirt.
Italian ice, free wiener.
Come watch me eat way too many wieners.
Guess how many dogs we can get on the BFO?
And if y'all
It's got
can't
to
be
be
here,
upwards of 1,200, right?
You keep throwing out these numbers.
1,500.
you're just seeing how many.
No,
What do you?
It's going to be a dump truck load of hot dogs. Is all I know.
The point is that they got to guess.
It might be 20 grand. I don't know. There might be, George Strait might be there guessing. I don't know.
George Strait. He's putting his guess in.
All right, guys. If you
All
guys
right,
want to,
cheers. You guys have a good night, right?
heck yeah, cheers to everybody, no matter what you're drinking. If you guys want to check us out, we're over on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. If you want to check out Miss Southern Shell, she's at Instagram at Miss Southern Shell or TikTok at Miss Southern Shell. And Tyler is TikTok Tyler on Twitter and Instagram.
TikTok Tyler.
Happy 4th of July.
That's right. Independence Day.
I mean, we won't be on here.
See you later, guys. Peace.